Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone watching. I'm your host, the Report of the Week. This video is off the cuff. It's something that I just decided to do, and I said, you know what? I'm going to try and get the lighting right. I'm going to try and get the camera focused right. I'm going to try to get the camera set up, and I'm just going to do it. And I think when it comes down to YouTube, one of the most important things when it comes down to making videos is having that spontaneity and just that drive to do something. Doesn't matter whether it sinks or whether it floats, whether this video completely bombs out, that's totally fine. If you want to do something though, do it. That's the most important thing when it comes down to YouTube, videos, video making, etc., etc. But first and foremost, of course, as the title suggests, it's about my hair. And I thought, well, why not? Let's break out the historic kimono again. So it's out, and it is now officially broken out. On one other note, before we get right into the video, and I promise you I will, as is customary with the first video of every month, I want to give a big shout out to three people who support this channel on the Patreon. Okay? I want to give a shout out to Gregory Martin, Vivian in North Carolina, and to Thomas as well. The three of them donate via Patreon at patreon.com/the report of the week. And, they really just help keep this channel going, but most importantly, they help keep this radio broadcast doing. It's a show that I do every single week. It's called VORW Radio International. I recommend you check it out. Of course, it's my show. I'm going to promote it. But they really do so much to support this program. I have a tier on the Patreon where if they donate $110 a month, they get, kind of shouted out at the beginning of every month just as a way to acknowledge their support. Because it's folks like them that really keep it going. I just got the broadcast on a really good station, WWCR. Of course, the airtime rate is higher, so we need more help to keep that going, but the response has been great. And, if you want to help the cause, help it out, help keep things going, your support is always appreciated. Patreon.com/the report of the week. All right. This I wanted to do off the cuff. I took a shower. You probably couldn't even tell, but I did. I took a shower, and I thought to myself, I was going to give myself a little bit of a trim, right? Give my hair a little bit of a trim. Why not just film it? I said, okay, I'm going to set it up and just do it. My haircut is an interesting thing. It's something that's evolved with time. It's changed with time. It's ever changing. But one thing that's remained consistent over the last year or so, I haven't got a haircut. Believe it or not. It's been 11 months now since I got a haircut. You might find it hard to believe, but it's true. You could see my hair certainly isn't the shortest, but, I just decided I'm going to maintain it myself. I really don't like going to the barber. I don't like having to sit there. It feels like such an intimidating atmosphere. Hey, I'll work with what I got, be that a broken comb, an outdated women's razor, and a pair of scissors. We can make it work. And I have for the last year. My hair has gotten considerably longer on the top and on the sides, but I've actually realized that added length does wonders to actually kind of letting it just sit in the desired style that you want. When I had my hair shorter, it was a lot tougher to manage. Like right now, I just have water in my hair and that's it. So first and foremost, let me just show you the length. For those of you who want to get a haircut like mine, and I can't imagine why you would, but if for some reason, maybe a friend put you on a bet or whatever, he said, yeah, I bet you won't get that review bra cut. Now you can use this video and you know how to get it, so you can prove your buddy's wrong. So silly. But you can see how long my hair is. To get this hairstyle, you will need to grow your hair out. That's a guarantee. You're going to need to grow it out at certain points, all right? At the top, probably past this point right here where the side part would normally be. And then, because my hair is parted not on the side, but more toward the middle, it's just a very antiquated style, right? Like right around here is where you would usually get that side part. you gotta leave it in. You gotta let it grow out. Just mostly on the top of your head there. But that's what you gotta do. You gotta just grow your hair out. You can see how long it can get, actually. It's pretty fun, but you can see right here, goes all the way down. All the way down. That's a lot of serious growth, so to speak. You might say, well, how do you manage that? I mean, how do you take care of all of that? Well, it's pretty simple. I don't go ahead and just, cut all of this off or do anything crazy like that. I trim it. I look at this and I say, okay, well, what do I need to trim, right? What needs to be trimmed right now? Okay, well, first and foremost, I'll take care of the minor things first. And the most important thing also is that you can't be afraid of making little mistakes. All right, because if you do that, you get caught up with it, and that's no good. The first thing I want to do right here on the ear, I want to trim that. So what I always do, I like to use my ear as like a place mark, like a little bit of a benchmark. So you can see, I just take this, I'll take the blade guard off, doesn't bother me at all. I'll just do that. You might say, does that irritate your ear? No. No, it does not. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Just a mere little cosmetic thing. But you can see right there, now it's pretty clean around that ear. This ear can use a little bit of work too. So we do the exact same thing. Got that there. Okay. You can see right there, hopefully. Should be able to anyway. So now we got the two ears pretty much nice and trim there. Okay, so this is the haircut montage, and as it says there, the footage is indeed sped up. Now there we go. So what I do first is, you can see it's just a very, very layered haircut. I got the scissors. I'm going in. He makes the first cut. He made the first cut. He's got it. Now he's going in for the second cut. He's trying to get these long strands of hair off the scissor. Boom, he got that one too. This is just incredible. Oh, he's going for that third strand of hair. He's struggling. But he's trying to line it up. He got it. And you just try to use your ear kind of as a little bit of a benchmark, so I can gauge the length of what it is that I'm trying to cut. And so far, so good. I haven't cut my ear in the process. That's better. Guess what? You might say it's uneven. Doesn't matter. It's all good. So we got that. Now we just comb it back as usual. And it's through regular but progressive maintenance like that you're able to maintain it without the need for any significant haircuts. And off we go into another sped up haircutting montage. I'll tell you what, this was the hardest part to cut. Usually it isn't, but because I was trying to look at the lens and make sure all the silly hair was in the frame, this one I was struggling with, admittedly, and eventually I just decided, alright, I'm just going to get a hold on it, just try to cut what I can, but I was doing this for you. I was doing this for you. You can see this is just an insane battle there. And then sometimes you just say, it's good enough. Take that, comb it back. This part, comb it down over the ears. This is always tougher. And then you might say, this part is looking, that could be cut a little bit. We'll just go up the ear for that one. Yeah. Okay. So then after all that, you might say, well, what about all this stuff? What about the stuff on the back? What about all this stuff and this stuff and all of this stuff? Right? What do we do with that? Well, here's how we do it. Alright? Because obviously, the stuff that's right there within my immediate reach, yeah, I can cut it, and clean it up, so much to say, with the standard scissor. But what can't I see? What of all of that? Well, this is when, again, you just gotta wing it. Get this blade guard down to, I always go 4. Like that. I turn my back, and then I just run it down. I forgot to mute the volume on that one. I found this out in the editor right now. But there you can see I just use that type of razor. I know it's not perfect, but it gets the job done. It kind of evens out things in the back. Otherwise, then I wash my hair, put some water in the hair, and that'll kind of style it as needed. Also, of course, if I want that extra hold and shine, usually I'll add the Brylcreem too, though this time I just wanted to go with water. Keeps it nice, securely fastened into place. End high-speed montage. Keep in mind that when it comes down to hair and hair cutting, sometimes we can blow it out of proportion. We could think, oh my god, I gotta cut my hair. I'm so worried. What if I screw up? What if I mess it all up? And these what ifs, right? They could eat us alive. They can get the best of us. They can just get it, and it could drive us so crazy. Well, in the end, guess what? This was not a perfect haircut by any means. As a matter of fact, I made so many mistakes. I'm sure you look in the comments, you'll find a professional barber that'll go ahead and, tear me a new one, and that's totally fine. This wasn't the perfect haircut by any means, but it worked. It worked. It got the end result that I was looking for, that I was hoping to achieve, and guess what? After all that, you can't even really tell much of a difference when it comes down to the outcome. It's okay. You can make a mistake. It doesn't have to be totally perfectly even. You could snip a few extra hairs than you really anticipated to. It's perfectly fine. Don't even worry about it. Because chances are, it won't even show in the end result. You won't even know. No one else will either. So sometimes we can be trying to cut our hair at home and we could be worrying so much, well, what if this happens? What if that happens, right? What if this outcome and that outcome, and it's all, Don't worry about it. Chances are, any mistakes that you make, unless like I started going crazy and I just started cutting everything off, right? And then of course that'd show. But even then, I've had times where I've cut some hairs real up here. Guess what? You just comb over it. No either. But I think that's one thing that we learned. Sometimes we can, take the value of mistakes out of proportion. The second thing, if you want to look like this, probably just go to a barber instead. I do this because I don't want to go to a barber. I don't want to deal with that. And I just do this type of regular maintenance. Every time after I take a shower, I go ahead, I just look at the length, I see, all right, does it look good? Does it look good? I clean it up where it needs to be cleaned up, and then it's good, for another couple days. Usually I do this on a weekly basis when I, give it a little bit of a trim. So then it's good for another week, sometimes a week and a half. And, you go by that. I would usually say, play it by ear, but I'll make a joke and I'll say, I play it by hair. So if you want to go as me for Halloween or whatever, and you really want to be just down to a T in terms of detail, then you could do that, or you can just part your hair and put some water in it, and that'll work too. Or if you just want to go with this haircut, keep that in mind. Again, this is if you want to do it at home personally, just go to a barber. That's all that I have for you. Thank you for watching. I'm your host, the Report of the Week.